morning, everybody. Welcome into another episode of PM in the AM show. I'm your guy, Pat Bernard, alongside my right-hand man, Mike Lauer. What's up, buddy?
Good morning. I would rather be anything but your right hand, but we got to start somewhere, right?
And then my left hand, he's
No.
he does everything well. Jolly. He works it. My man, Al Safir. What's up, Al?
No.
Welcome
No?
back, Al.
No. I wouldn't want to be your left foot.
What do you think? It's
thing-
against the wasteland?
The psychological break that most would have with that job.
I'm wearing this jersey in honor of Freddie Burns.
Oh, God.
Because Freddie said he didn't like him. Al said he didn't like him. So
I don't.
I just had to
don't.
wear it today.
Actually, I'll give Freddie he had a good tweet the other night. He goes, I turned on the Phillies game and I thought we were losing because the team in red and white was losing.
Yeah, I saw that.
I listen. The hat's cool. I'm gonna say this one last time. I like the hat. I would rock the hat. I collect it because I like to collect all the different versions of Phillies hats. Jersey, I just can't.
The jersey's not sticking to you?
Just can't.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. At first, like I said, wasn't a fan. Good morning, Jamie.
The wife is up in a week.
But you know what?
She has arisen.
What's up, Adam?
Adam, what's up, buddy?
You know, but the jersey kind of grew on me already. Like, I don't know why.
A lot of
Like,
things
It's like
grow on
a
you.
lot of things
Yeah.
go like fungus.
yeah, it's especially on the backside. But anyway,
Oh, Jesus.
listen, we got a red hot Phillies team, and you know,
Even when
Al-
they wear blue.
yeah. So, Al, I'm going to right off the bat, just like I asked Mike last week, I'm going to ask you. I mean, this team is really good. It's probably the best Phillies team that in our lifetime that we got to experience off to a hot start. I know about the 93 Phillies and such, but this has got to be – what's up, buddy? What's up, Mike Reed?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But listen,
I think we forget.
yeah.
Trey was on a tear before he went out. Yeah.
but anyway, I'm going to ask you the same question. This team's been red hot. However, I feel like everyone's still waiting for this team to bottom out, and they've bottomed out. Yo, Frankie boy. It looks like a trial.
Is
Yeah.
that Frank?
Yeah, that's Franklin's.
Oh,
Yeah, you could tell the last name. I can never pronounce it, but yeah, that's him.
Violets?
Barlowitz.
There you go.
There you go. Something. Yeah, it's something crazy. I think he's like Swedish or something. But anyway,
Bonjour.
bonjour. But anyway, the team's red hot out, and I gotta ask you, everyone. I feel like everyone's is waiting for this team to bottom out at the tail end of the season. Do you feel that way, or you're just here to enjoy the ride?
What's up, Insanio?
I mean, yeah, you're gonna enjoy the ride. And no, I
But
don't.
I mean, do you
don't-
feel like they're going to
no.
bottom out like the Eagles or bottom out like the Flyers?
No, I right now it's hard for me to believe that they would bottom out. I mean, can it happen? Absolutely. Welcome to the world of sports. But it's to me, I
Are we the new Braves? That's what I'm going to say. We're going to be this regular season
No, I hope
champion,
not.
and then come postseason time, we're going to have no fuel.
I absolutely hope not. But I mean, Chase Utley was in the was at the stadium, and you know we were all gathered around him while I was talking, and you know he said, you know, this team reminds him a lot of what he saw in 07, 08, 09, and 10 with these Phillies, and you know those were teams that you know they didn't win them all. Don't get me wrong,
But they were there.
but they were there. Like they didn't fall apart like we've seen the Braves and the Dodgers do almost on a
Yearly basis.
annual basis. Yeah, like it's I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, the fact that if they were just like kind of like the first time we get into the playoffs as a team, you know, maybe I'd get a little nervous about that. As long as they don't get cocky, like we saw, I think they did a little bit last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I guess especially in that Diamondback series.
Diamondback series, like in the beginning, because they were kind of owning them in the first couple of games.
Yeah.
As long as they don't get cocky and health doesn't become an issue, I don't see why any of that becomes an issue.
Yeah, I mean, someone needs to pinch me. Mike, can you pinch me here?
No,
because,
I'm not pinching you anywhere.
I mean, because this team.
Did he pitch you
Fine.
here? Did he pitch you there?
Because this team, I mean, I've never seen this team like this before.
Look,
This is still unreal to me. I mean, the batting's good. They're driving in runs. I mean, right now already, they lead the league in strikeouts, 100 with a 438 strikeouts, first in wins. You know, sixth in home runs, fourth in RBI triples, third in hits with 444 hits, second in doubles. So I mean, second in runs with 245, second with second in RBIs with 232. So this team is it's just unreal to watch. Again, we're talking about Sanchez before going on there. Sanchez last year would only go 5 innings. He's going 8, and last night he records 8 hits. He gave up 8 hits, but he also put up 8 Ks. Like, his sinker was getting hit, in the very beginning of that game. If you saw a sinker, they were getting tuned up, but he made adjustments. He came out with the changeup, throwing things low and away, and guys were chasing. So, I mean, this is great.
Don't pitch him. Give him a stunner instead.
Steve, you're a genius.
But you know what? And by the
Yes.
way, Steve, for all you Union fans, he will be calling in just a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to check into the program.
So that'll be good. Get Pat all horned up.
Oh,
But anyway, getting back to this Phillies team, we can finally look and say that, you know what? They're not second class in their own division anymore.
yes.
They're not. And I don't want to hear about, Spencer Strider being hurt. Strider's a great pitcher for the Braves. He's great. But this Phillies team this year, the way they're playing, they are better than the Braves right now.
When I did the post-game show Wednesday night.
Can we not say that they're better than everybody?
Yeah,
for right now,
they're the best team in the league.
But like when I did the post-game show Wednesday night, one of the callers, one of the listeners brought out into the conversation. He said that when the Braves are on the tear, nobody says, "Oh, well, they're playing, bottom feeders."
No, and exactly, and you know what? And you're 1,000% right, because I watched a highlight of High Heat, with Mad Dog Russo.
Yeah.
He's got the Phillies at number 1, but his very caveat was, well, they haven't played anybody. That's horse. That's horse, you know what? Because you can only play who's in front of you. Now, did they play? They played 2 tough teams out the gate. Atlanta's a tough team.
Yes.
Okay, and Atlanta did come here and take 2 out of 3. So did Cincinnati. But also, he brought that up, but he also didn't bring up that the Phillies went to Cincinnati and took 3 out of 4.
Well, it's funny you brought that up. So Ben Davis, this conversation about the Phillies haven't played anybody has gotten to everybody. And like Ben Davis said on the pregame show, he's like, they're playing major league talent, major league arms, major league batters.
Yeah.
They're taking care of people that are in front of them. That's what good teams do.
They face some of the better pitching too. I mean, maybe
and like
take Toronto for instance, when they played them, right?
Yeah, because the one guy was leading the league in the ERA.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they mollywopped him.
Yeah.
And how many times now we see meetings on the mound from the opposing team, meeting on the mounds, because they can't figure out this lineup.
Actually, I think it was Corey Seidman had a good tweet. He goes, "We need to get Elias Sports on how many teams have come to Philly and following their second or third game had to have team meetings." Because apparently, the Mets called a team meeting after.
Yeah, and then they went out and got shut out 8-0.
Team meetings, meetings on the mound. We see it all the time. They can't figure out this lineup.
But you know what's really good about this too is that we know watching this team that they haven't even hit their stride yet.
Right.
They haven't.
It's not even his season yet.
Right. And can you imagine? Like I said, this is going to be a very the Phillies can make this a laugh or really going forward. And I'm being dead serious. But I'm interested to see where it is this week. You got Texas coming to town. Texas got a good starting rotation with Evaldi. He's pitching pretty well for them. You also have the former Met. That was, what the hell's his name? DeGrom. I think he's still hurt. I think he's still hurt. And what's his face is still hurt down there too. The other guy, Scherzer. So maybe they might miss both of them guys. But they got them coming in. Like I said, I'm tired of, well, they haven't played anybody. No, dude, they're playing who's on their schedule.
What?
And just to give you just a real quick point, we took care of teams that over the last couple of years have been a pain in the ass to us.
Yes.
Okay? Teams like the San Francisco Giants, who the Phillies never seem to beat. Whether it's here, whether it's there. The Marlins, how many years now have they won the season series from us?
Yes.
And the Mets. It's only been last year and this year so far that the Phillies have really kind of turned that pendulum back. The Mets have owned this in the regular season. So I'm sorry, I'm seeing this come about. Yeah, those teams may not be right where, there may be second or third place teams there, but I mean, they did go to Petco Park too, didn't they? Smack around the Padres too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The Padres are sitting in second place. So I'm tired of hearing that the Phillies didn't play anybody. They caught Atlanta and Cincy early in the season.
And here's my thing is, again, all great points. You play who's in front of you, okay? What was the one thing, I say this 1,000 times, it's kind of like my mantra when I come on and I do a post-game show or whatever, I say, would have we asked the Phillies to do this season? What was the number one ask prior to the season?
Get on a good start.
Yeah, come out to a good start. Could this team come out to
Any better of a start? No.
No, I mean,
right. What was the one?
Because here's my thing: it's a defeative attitude. If they came out and they struggled against bad teams, or they lost to the bad teams that they shouldn't have lost to, typical Phillies. Now they're not doing that, and
they haven't beaten anybody.
They haven't beaten anybody
Because it's the Phillies. Because it's the Phillies. If it's anybody else, okay, like I said, Major League Baseball's got darlings, and for some odd reason, our Phils are not the darlings. Okay,
Right.
you hear about the Baltimore Orioles, you hear about the Yankees. I mean, God, I'm sick of hearing about the Yankees. The Yankees have sucked for the last 3 years. Okay,
Right.
they can't beat Houston at all.
Right.
Okay, last year they fell out of contention and lost. Now I'm hearing about the Yankees now because they went out and got Soto. Okay, and they got Soto. Now it's Yankees this, Yankees that. Please give me a break. They haven't been to a World Series since the last time they beat the Phillies.
This furthers our point why Philadelphia is the most nationally. We are the disliked child,
and we love it.
And we do, and we
love
so. But it's like I said, it's amazing how this team is. Again, Christopher Sanchez yesterday had 8 strikeouts, gave up 8 hits, but that's fine. Again, he only gave up 1 run. Schwarber had 4 walks yesterday. Harper had the walk-off sacrifice. I mean, Cody Clement's coming up with a huge home run. Bryson Stott with a huge home run. Can we just
talk about that for 1 second with Cody? Like, the guy doesn't play a lot, but he was caught up
clutch.
there.
He's been clutch.
And he's hit some massive hits, home runs, triples. Like,
he's come up big in some big moments. You know what I mean?
And I think Ben Davis said it best. It was somebody the other day. No, I think it was Rube. And he said, like, that kid has every reason to be mad that because he had such a great spring training and he didn't make the big league team because just the numbers were against him.
You're right,
and the fact that he's played so well and he still continues to go out there with a smile and do what he does.
Can I just make one suggestion? Like with this lineup right now, can we move Castellanos down to the 8th or 9th spot? Like I would put him in front of Rojas.
I think it's coming there.
Yeah,
and I'm not. Listen, I'm a Casti guy. I've been on Castellanos before he even signed here. I wanted the Phillies to go get him. But to me, right now, you keeping him in the middle of this lineup, it's an automatic out.
Yeah,
it's an automatic out.
He's swinging at bad pitches. He's too aggressive. He swings at first pitches at all the time. He has really no patience.
He was showing a little bit of signs of coming out of it when they were down in Florida. Mm-hmm. He started hitting, and then all of a sudden, good morning, Aunt.
Marshawn, what's up, buddy?
Mike believing on a Phillies team scares me.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't really seem that negative on the Phillies team. I just don't,
Angry Ann, what's up, buddy?
All right, hold on. I want to break this one down if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Angry Ant, too bad the whole division is terrible. The Phillies play in a really weak division. Mike, don't talk about the Mets. They are trash.
No, I'm going to talk about
they are trash. We can all agree.
Yeah, we can. This year they are. Yeah, but I mean they've owned the Phillies. Though.
Yeah,
you can't deny that they were 15-4 against the Phillies 2 years ago, in a 19-game series.
And to Mike's point, you got to agree with them because the division itself, all the opponents in there, has been in one way or another has been a fits for this Phillies team, and they're taking care of business.
This is Ant, who is a Mets fan.
Yes,
throw it out there.
Yes.
Who is trying to put his head down on a pillow and sleep better at night with the Mets being as bad and his rival Phillies being good. It sucks. It'd be like right now if Dallas was just tearing up the NFL and we were struggling to win games. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you better look for another way to sleep.
We would be looking for the same thing.
But
my point is, they are a really good team who might be in a not great division. I mean, you have 2 of the top teams in Major League Baseball, one division, and then some of the bottom teams.
I mean, yeah, if you look at it, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say that. I mean, because the Nationals are playing better than most people predicted them to play. Florida kind of fell off. I mean, but then again, they got hit with some nasty, nasty injuries to their starting pitching. Joey Sullivan checking in. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joey?
And that's my mother-in-law, Terry, there checking in.
The league will never let any Philly team be the darling. Only the Village.
That's all right.
That's right.
We all have a role to play.
Hold on. Do they even make us the villain per se?
I don't even think so because 2 years ago the Phillies were the darlings. Everybody in the country wanted the Phillies to beat the whatchamacallit. Marchand says move Castellanos to the dugout.
What's he going to be the bat boy?
Listen, I don't.
Yeah, I'll take the job from his son.
He could be sitting on Jesus' lap, and he would have something to complain about.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh man, Marshawn is
Solid
great.
point. Solid point.
Marshawn gets me every time. The Mets disappoint me real bad, especially with that fat slob. Alfonso Lindor looks like he's lost. The coach looks scared. Yes, Mike, they beat the Phillies, but they only played good against the Phillies, and everyone else they look like trash.
Well, didn't they just take 2 out of 3
Hold on,
from the Braves? Didn't they take 2 out? Or no, I know they won one.
They won the one coming into our series.
Right.
That.
I thought they took 2 or 3.
But I mean, it was just 2 years ago that we were staring at them from the rear view.
Yes, from the rear.
Yeah.
And then they just choked it away, and they got into the playoffs.
Listen, the one thing
they choked away the divisional lead,
mm-hmm.
so then they had to play in the wild card round, and they got smoked in the wild card round by
San Diego
Padres, who I believe we smoked later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing, though.
Maybe it's just your Mets are bad luck, man.
Listen, I always say
the highest payroll in Major League Baseball, and this is what you give us. That's what you get.
Well, I always say to a Mets fan, 86 and forever. I think they sold their soul for that World Series because they've been snake bitten ever since.
And then it's to me that's a franchise that still has no clue what they want to do. Like last year, they gave up one of their best players in early June. It's like they put a for sale sign and said, "Now we're
listen, they're going to be putting a for sale sign up this year. I think
it's because their owner is buy everything, and then
see if it works.
It didn't work, so he was trying to sell and try to get back, where he could either buy again or get some homegrown.
Listen,
talent.
one of the rumors, early trade rumors, is the Phillies grabbing Pete Alonso to play first base.
No, thank you.
No.
I would tell you in this ballpark in a heartbeat.
No.
Not
over Harper.
I'm not a Pete Alonso fan.
I am.
Not over
that
Harper.
That dude can hit a ton. You put him at CBP, oh my God, dude, that dude will rock 50 home runs easily.
If you want to put him as a DH spot, but not at first.
Well,
we don't. What do we need it for? Like,
right?
Bryce is playing first.
Yes, and he's phenomenal at first.
We have Schwarber at DH.
Yes,
we have bench pieces that always get a chance to play. So
yes,
it was just.
I'm just saying, what will we do with Pete Alonso?
Well, listen, somebody
nowhere.
Somebody would be going somewhere. One of the bigger pieces that we have here would be going somewhere.
Castellanos.
We
can move Harper back out the right field.
Move Harper back out the right field. Yeah.
No, I'm good where we're at. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
I'd rather ride the Castellanos train at this point. I don't know.
No, because they know what at some point he'll be turning around too.
Yeah, I know. Listen. I'm just floating out there. That was one of the things. Another one of the early rumors is the closer for the Cardinals. Phillies are high in line for him.
That makes sense a little bit. Listen, I think at the trade deadline, if you're looking at anything, you're looking at bullpen.
I think they're going to get some bench pieces too. I really do. But
Kingeren's the only one to me has just been kind of like the trouble on the mound. I mean, as far as Kingering. But I mean, it's
Ryan
Kingering. But Matt Strom.
Kingering, that's what I thought. I was like, when Scotty Jetbacks are pitching?
Matt Strom has been solid. I think Greg Soto, I know.
Matt Strom's been amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
right. He's been standing in his zone. I mean, I like Gregory Soto. He's been a total upgrade from what he was last year.
Well, listen, I'm looking at Kirkland's numbers right now. I mean, the dude's got a 1.98 ERA. He said, "I hope the Mets get sold to China. They would still suck."
Even Sir Anthony, if you look at his last
he's even starting to turn around.
The last month, it's been pretty good for him if you look at the numbers.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, Soto had a good outing last night, and then when he comes up, I get uber nervous.
Yeah.
I used to. I don't get nervous.
No, I don't get it. No, I'm with you.
Alvarado.
Last year, my sphincter tightened up. Not no more.
We could use one more bullpen arm and maybe an extra outfielder from Joey Sullivan. You know what? I would definitely take that too.
Maybe the extra outfielder, but Cody can play outfield, or is he just infield?
No, I think he's just second base.
Oh no, he does first base.
Yeah, he does first.
He's infield.
Yeah, he's infield. I know one thing too. Like Mets fans were unbearable with that Carlos Correa signing. Oh wait. A right-handed arm and a pen and a legit closer has to be the biggest needs right now. Exactly. I thought, what's the guy's name? Ryan Halsey, I think his name is, from St. Louis. That's who I think the Phillies are going to target. I don't see St. Louis.
I mean, honestly, you only need, if you say you got one player, we'll just call Halsey as the player. Like they get him. Mm-hmm. Still have Kirkering, still have Alvarado. You still have Strom.
Get Dominguez and Soto.
And can we do
so that's
our-
a pretty deep.
That's pretty. Yeah, you went from being one of the worst now to one of the deepest.
Well, according to MLB, we were one of the best.
And
coming into the
I
season.
want to know where all the topper haters are at, though. I mean, I think at this
a
point,
lot
you
of
guys-
people I seen last night, man. Some of them starting to flip there. Mike Babernick. You know, Mike was like, you know, he said Robbie's not his guy.
Hold on. Do tell.
Oh, last night Sal was doing the post game, and our boy Mike checked in.
I must have missed this part because I was watching most of that post.
Yeah, if you was towards the end. He turned around. He admitted, he goes, I'm not a Robbie guy. He goes, but I'm seeing Robbie make more baseball calls than analytical. So he kind of swung a little bit, even though he's still not his guy. Al's about to take a victory lap around the studio here.
Wow.
But yeah. But you really can't, like Pat, we discussed this. You know, you really can't. You can't fault Topper right now.
No,
because I mean,
everybody likes to give him the thorn bush, but no one wants to give him the rose petals.
It's the same thing with football. You know what I'm saying? You know, when the Eagles are putting up 40 points a game, okay, but they scored 2 touchdowns on defense. Everybody's the quarterback's great, but Jalen Hurts only throws for 2 touchdowns in a game.
It's not the playbook.
Oh man, there's something wrong with him. So it's kind of a catch-22. Joe saying
Clemens plays
playing well. Pete Alonso and Lindor make Tobias Harris a Hall of Famer at sucking. Wow. Yeah,
that's a little rough.
No, Lindor has not lived up. Justin Verlander killing it in New York, right? Nope, not that either.
Yeah, they had him for a cup of coffee.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there's going to be an arms race for the kid closer from Oakland. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to give up the price on that one, and I don't think they have to. I don't think you have to go out and spend a buttload of money in prospects.
You hear our boy Kimbrel? Our boy Kimbrel is no longer the closer down in Baltimore.
Well,
they pulled him.
Already?
They pulled him. Yeah,
already.
Oh, gee, who would have thought that would happen?
Yeah. Our boy, I was watching that too. They
many people gave me hell in the first few games I did about. Have you seen what Kimbrel's been doing in Baltimore?
Yeah, now he's the setup guy.
Yeah.
And matter of fact,
he's going to be setting up the tails for them in the locker room the way it's going.
Dias checking is shout out to Matt Strom. 1 ERA has 29 strikeouts and 18 innings pitched. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Strom has been really, really good. He had a shaky beginning this year, but other than
he's
that,
been a solid, good piece.
He said, he goes, it was, not knowing, he goes, getting out of that starter role really helped him because he could focus and.
So, I mean,
it made a world of difference for him. And real quick, before we get into what we're talking about, I remind you guys that this is brought to you by Sherry'sTickets.com. That's right, Sherry'sTickets.com. Great prices, no hidden fees for all your sports, concert, and theater needs. You go to Sherry'sTickets.com, forget the rest, stick with the best. Sherry'sTickets.com. Save 10% off with that great promo code.
EOP10.
Because EOP10 will save you 10% off at Sherry'sTickets.com. Great prices, no hidden fees. An additional 10% off by using that great promo code.
EOP10.
Because EOP10 will save you 10% off at Sherry'sTickets.com.
And again, I can't get off the high horse about this team. I mean, their offense, their defense, the way they're driving in runs. On one of their major, bugaboos that they had last year was to get guys, in scoring position across the plate, and they're doing it. I mean,
morning, Charlie.
Good morning, Charlie. What's up, buddy? I mean,
from Nassau, Charlie, you're down there all the time. Do you live down there?
I believe he does.
Oh man,
he bring me with you. So, but yeah, it's like I said, this team is just a well-oiled machine. Like I said, the offense, the defense, the pitching. I mean, it's all there. I mean,
it would be for me.
I guess Embiid's relaxing in the Bahamas.
Nova alums, get your tickets for the Knicks choke job. Yes,
Woo!
We can touch on that coming up. They're going.
We'll touch on things, but
oh
god, but like I said, the starting.
No, I'm not taking a lap for that one.
No,
the starting rotation. I mean, the arms are going 8, 9. You know what I mean? The bullpen's getting little action, but they have been solid.
I think that's going to help the Phillies going forward. Too, I think it's going to help our pitchers because by the time we get to where we need to get to in October, those arms are going to be already stretched out and ready to go. And if they should get tired, this bullpen will be rested. You know what I mean? For not having to worry about it. Like, stop and think about it. If the Phillies keep playing at this pace right now, they could wrap this division up very early.
And that's the way it's looking. I mean, again,
like I said, it's not,
That is a
Pat, it's 2024. Relax with the touch. You don't know Pat, Marshawn.
Yeah, that's why I wear wrist splints.
So, but yeah, it's like I said, I just love this team. I mean, it's one of
Well,
those.
you should, Pat Bernard.
Yes,
You absolutely should love this team. There's no reason.
no, because you.
Any so-called quote unquote Phillies fan who
I
does
just
not
don't
love
feel
this team right now can suck it.
No, oh, hey now,
Wow.
hey now, I'm a fan.
I'm
But
sorry. I just it's like it gets annoying to me that there's any
no, because
haters out there right now.
it is. It's amazing. You hear like again the conversations we had previously. They haven't played nobody. No, I feel like no one's really tuned into this team, and they should be. Like someone really needs to come up to me and go ah, and really pinch me somewhere. Yeah, right, Mike.
No,
Because
I'm just glad I went to church before I came here.
yeah, because like I've never seen this team like a Phillies team that's so built like this before.
Dime Chicken says Phillies projected to be at least 10 games up in the division by July. I don't think they're going to be that far up. I think the Braves are too good. The Braves right now, they're just not hitting. They're just not hitting right now.
But all right, just I can see why that trend could happen because think about it. Right now, what have I always said? May is what usually traditionally one of the worst. I mean,
Worst months for
if you look at them right now, they got a few games against the Rangers, which could go either way. But after that, it's the Rockies.
Yeah.
It's the Cardinals. It's San Fran
Cardinals ain't
again.
playing bad ball, but
Pittsburgh.
It's San Fran.
Pittsburgh kind of falls apart.
Well, Pittsburgh,
No,
yeah,
I'm
but
talking
that's
about who we're
in July.
playing this month.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, by the time we even hit June, we could still we could be under 20 losses before we hit June. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that would be something. I mean, it really would. I mean, but if you're looking at it too, like you said, they do got some tough series coming up. I mean, in the month of June, I think the Yankees are July. So
and just think about this.
Yeah,
2
they're
years,
like late July.
2 years ago, around this time, the elevator on this team was going down. Right, they were just on their way about to be 12 games out of first place. So, and the way they've just been smacking the ball. I mean, out of the ballpark, and it's just been a long, small ball, getting the ball in play, and then going for the long drive. The long drive. So, it's like I said, it's remarkable.
So we were right. Charles is a native to the Bahamas. He's been working for the government for 41 years.
God bless you.
God bless you, Charles.
Well, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yes.
What in the Papa Smurf? Insanio, these are the Phillies City Connect jerseys. That's what I'm wearing.
Terrible.
I like them. Pat doesn't like Pat. It kind of grew on Pat. Al doesn't like them.
I'm in 20 different directions about the team. I'm just getting pulled
See,
apart.
Joe, this is what I'm saying right here. Joe says, no way. ATL is still really good. They'll be somewhat close. That's where I'm thinking, too.
Well,
they haven't hit their stride yet.
But you have to look at the trend. That's what the trend is. Like, how they have, what are 4 games behind us now?
5, I think.
So the
or
way
4.5.
The way if we continue to win at the win percentage, and they continue to win at their win percentage, that's where you get to the 10 games.
Yeah, they're
behind.
4 games. They're 4 games back.
Yeah, it's just if everything trended their continued way, they would continue to lose a little ground, so a little further and further. And
and to me, like I said, I actually, if you actually want to watch, they're going to be on tonight. They got the national game tonight on ESPN against the Padres. Yeah. So if you really want to do a little bit of, scouting wise, looking at the Braves, seeing how they're playing, you can probably check that out. But
and no, like
he
right
said,
now,
Braves pitching has not been great as of late. Definitely something to watch. Yeah, Charlie Morton hasn't looked good.
But Charlie Morton does. I mean, he's no youngster. Charlie Morton.
Don't forget the Phillies play them big bad Red Sox in June. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they'll be up there. That's
how are the Red Sox doing? I haven't looked in.
They're like right there in the mix. Okay. I think they're in third. Right? I believe I think they're in third place.
Joe Sullivan loves the jersey, Mike.
Oh,
I love fourth. Yeah, I love Jersey Mike. Sorry, that's a good sandwich.
He's talking about this jersey, you knuckle. Look, right away, meeting a roll right away. Pat's already over there.
I thought you said Jersey Mike. I got a little excited.
Joe, I can show you. I can let you know where I got this, dude. Nowhere near the price of what you're paying.
But anyway, listen, this team is good. Like I said, the offense, the pitching, the batting, the fielding, the driving and runs. There's not really a great area to this team, and they are, like I said, it's not even hitting season for this team.
And it hasn't been the big players either. No. It hasn't been the big boppy players. Like right now,
when one part's down, the other part's picking it up.
Right, listen, Schwarber hasn't hit a Schwarbob in a minute. Harper's cooled off. Castellanos hasn't gotten going. JT just started getting going.
Yeah.
JT's getting going out. It's been Bohm. It's been Marsh. It's been Sosa. It's been Stott. Bryson Stott has been unreal. Again, he should have had 2 RBIs yesterday. They gagged him yesterday on that RBI.
And what did you and I talk about? Maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Bryson Stott's called. And like you and I showed no concerns. I picked him when we and I showed no concerns because it was only a matter of
time before he started hitting. And when we did the live remote at the Streetlight Cafe, he was my player of the game. And he drove in 4 runs that game. He had the bases loaded triple. So he's been really putting the barrelhead on the ball, And if you guys are doing a little betting parlays today, definitely take Bryson Stott if you do a same game to get an RBI.
So, Mike, before we let in our guy Steven to the program, did the Phillies get the brooms out today?
Yeah, I believe so because you have I hate Jersey Mike's. Their hoodies suck.
Not a fan of Jersey. I mean, they're okay.
I think they're okay. I mean,
you like anything with meat on the road. Sean Kilrain checking in. What's going on? Says, "What's up, guys? Braves lose Chris Sale. It's curtain for Chris Sale got hurt.
Yeah, I missed that one.
I missed that one too. He must have. I think he pitched last night. I think Sale might have pitched last night. So I didn't know he got hurt. But if they're down 2 starting pitchers, that could be an issue for the Braves. They would have to do what the Phillies did a couple of years ago. They would have to bash their way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do a lot of 10-8 or 8-6 games.
Like, it's funny. Like, it's like the roles kind of reverse. Like, we're off to a great start. We're running the hot hand, all that stuff. Like, the Braves now have to play catch-up with us. Yeah. And the test is for them. Can they do it? You were just saying we bashed our way to being a playoff team.
Here's the thing that, and I don't really agree with Mad Dog Russo a whole lot. I listened to his opinion, but one thing he said is when he talked about our Phillies, he said the one thing I'll give the Phillies over the Dodgers and the Braves when he ranked them number 1, he said the Phillies are ready for postseason. He said when it comes to October, he said this team knows how to play ball in October. He said it was just the other. He goes, it was just the other months. He said that the Phillies had issues. He said, now that they're playing good ball, he said the Phillies could be deadly dangerous. Again, what's my biggest saying here, Pat, when it comes to the Dodgers and the Braves? I tell you, they're the biggest choke teams of all time.
Yeah, they do.
They get in the postseason.
They run out of fuel.
Right. They know how to win during the regular season, but when the pressure gets turned up, now it's really funny because one of them won a World Series in 2020 in the COVID year, and then the next year the Braves won. So they both recently have more world titles than the Phillies. But if you look at it, both of their world titles were against one another.
Right.
Like, so to get to the World Series, the Dodgers beat the Braves, and then the following year the Braves beat the Dodgers. So it was like, okay, somebody had to win that one. And they got in and they won. But to me, when it gets turned up, they just go away. That's why I don't fear them. I'll fear a team like Milwaukee, who got pitching, defense, and got power hitters that can hit. You have teams like San Diego. San Diego's got power. They can hit. So you have a bunch of teams
Mike,
that are right there, man.
Today, the Iceman takes the hill. Last time we saw the Iceman, Aaron Nola,
complete game.
Will he do it again?
I don't know about doing it again. He said, Charlie said, in my humble opinion, the Phillies need to rack up the wins because a losing streak is possible.
You
know what? He's right.
Somebody asked me this question. I think it was me and Joe were talking about this on our Wednesday show, and Phil had on his a guy on his show who's having an interview, and he says, a 5, 6, 7 game losing streak is coming. We all know it. We have to be prepared for that shoe to drop at one point.
No, not really.
I honestly don't see him losing that many games in a row.
No, and without them saying
it would have to be,
they'll figure out fast.
They've only lost twice, 2 games in a row. That's it. That's their biggest losing streak all season.
It's been 2 games, yeah. And this team seems to like when they lose, for some odd reason, they just no, he didn't get hurt.
If he does, they're fine.
Okay. All right, Sean. Yeah, I thought maybe he got hurt or something. That's why I was like, ooh. Dodgers playing a weak division. I'm not going to say they're in a weak division, dude, because they got the Padres in there. They got Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks were just in the World Series. So you have 2 playoff teams that are in that same division, and the Giants give them fits too.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to say that.
Hold on, and I have to ask one little quick question. Do you purposely spell their names wrong as a mock towards them? I just want to know.
Oshanti.
No, he'll spell my name wrong too.
He called Alonzo Alfonso. We got Oshanti.
Let me
I
ask
don't
you.
know if he's just doing Texas speak or is it just like a mockery of it. Either way, I love it. Keep it up.
Al, before we roll into our guy, getting our guy in here, Steve, let me ask you, how do you feel about Aaron Nola? I mean, where are you at currently with him?
Where am I? Like.
I mean, I know he got a complete game. Is he back
we're
to
in
being
the dating stage?
No,
right
yeah.
now.
I mean,
no.
no.
What kind of question?
No,
is that?
because my question is he back to being an ace for you?
He's not the ace. Dude.
He's not the ace, but he doesn't have to be the ace. But he is pitching like an ace. That's the difference. He isn't the ace. He doesn't need to be the ace. We got Zach Wheeler playing like an ace, but we also have two other guys pitching like an ace.
Yes.
You got Aaron Nola. And you got Ranger Suarez.
And you can throw in Christopher Sanchez too. I mean, you got Sanchez is not being an ace, but like he's pitching like a number 2 right now. So you have your A pitcher, your number 1, then you have 1B, 1C. So like the Phillies right now they're throwing a 4-punch combo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Marshall, I can't imagine angry ants sitting in traffic.
We definitely need a video of that.
Yeah, the 4-letter words will fly plenty of that.
Well, Al, did you text Steve our number to the program?
Was I supposed to?
Oh, if I didn't,
I'll do it.
Okay, but yeah, listen,
cheese and crackers, you guys are on the ball this morning.
That's my fault.
Well,
that's my fault.
Say, our program manager over here.
Yeah. It's Pat. I like bananas. But
I'm sure you do. Looking like McGilla Gorilla.
Hello. But yeah. Anyway, back to this Phillies team, Mike.
I think they win today. I think they win today. I think they put it on them today too, because like the offense has been kind of stagnant over the last couple games.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be a beautiful day. No rain in the forecast. It's going to be sunny. I think the Phils break out the beating sticks today. I think they put it on them pretty good.
Here's a question. Not a big question. We'll get back to the other ones in a second. It's playoff baseball. It's game 2 is tonight. Who's on the mound? Ranger, Nola.
Nola. I love Ranger, but no. It's Nola.
I want to see what Pat says. I'll tell you my answer.
This is a nipple twist. I mean, tough question. This is I'm gonna have to go Ranger. I'm gonna have to ride the hot hand right now.
All right, so we have our boy on the phone, and I'm gonna pick it up in a second. So Steve's just waiting on the other line right here. But what I have to say is, it's Nola. It has to be Nola. You have to stick with what's working. It's not broken. It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Yes.
Why not have a 3-punch that's like that in the playoffs? Like that's
Ranger's
amazing.
your uppercut, dude.
Guys, one thing before we switch over to Steve, I just have to say, we don't have to hear the term bullpen game for a while. So remember that. And
But anyway, listen, on the phone lines with us now. Listen, the title of the show is Past, Present, Future. We were just talking about the president of the Phillies. But let's get into a little bit of the past. And the newest member to the Edge of Philly Sports program is our man Steve Finette. Steve, what's going on, buddy?
Steve, you there, bud?
Steve? Hello? Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Hold on, let me see.
Oh, all right. Normal.
Steve, you there?
Steve. Ruff?
Yo, Steve.
Well, that's Mike in the bathroom.
Hello, Steve.
All right. Well, listen, we'll try and reach back to him momentarily.
I'm checking. Steve.
Check 1, 2. Steve.
That's weird. He says I can hear you. All right, guys, we'll get back to him. Give me a second.
So, but in the meantime, like I said, talking about this soccer team a little bit, prior to us getting Steve on, I mean, losing 4 straight at home. The Union's just been not playing well at home. So, Mike, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's related to the Union. Like, a lot of teams, though, a lot of players get caught up in playing in Philadelphia. And is it more pressure on the players too, as is on the opponent? Like, you have to be. Do you think there's a lot of pressure playing in front of Philadelphia crowd?
No, because it's no different than playing in New York or Boston. It's the big city mentality. Really, it's a Northeast thing. It really is. Playing in the Northeast is just a different beast.
Because I feel like this team is better on the road than they are at home. Because the 4-game losing streak, They haven't figured it out, but they've been twice on the road. One was a draw recently, and the other one was a big time win last night. I mean, do you feel like I said? Do you feel like sometimes it's better to get on the road than it is being at home?
No, I think they just gotta they got for me, I think the Union's gotta go back to basics. That team's gotta go back to basics, because they have had close matches. And, from what I've seen, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
You're
follow. I'm a casual follower,
yes,
not
yes.
but from what I've seen, they've been outplayed, and they have to go back to basics. And for this team to turn around,
Well, here we go, Steve. Are you there?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
yes.
got you now. What's up, buddy?
There was a day I had a raccoon. I think there was a raccoon in my front yard, and I think that's what was going on. And I
No,
think it was
it's
the
just
one
Pat.
from the game on Wednesday night. So I was like, that's why I think the technical difficulties. It was great. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, well,
If it
listen.
was a hairy animal eating out of your garbage, it was just
Pat.
It's just Pat.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So-
the gobbler. I didn't realize you were this close.
Yeah, listen. I know you're a Monco, so I knew you were close to me. So, but Steve, well, let's get to business here. I mean, the Philadelphia Union, haven't played well at home. They lost four straight. So last night they get a big W on the road. So just like I was asking Mike, and I'll ask you too, Steve. Is there a lot of pressure playing at Subaru Park in the front of this Philadelphia crowd? I mean, what's the difference so far?
I don't see how there should be any pressure. For the last 5 seasons, this coming to Subaru Park has been feared from the away teams. Again, Wednesday night when they lost to Orlando, it was Carranza who said, people used to fear coming in here, and now they don't, and we lost that respect. And this season, they're undefeated on the road. So it's like, as the fan base, it's like, who is this team? The defense used to be this team's strong suit. Now it's the offense, and the defense is struggling. And so it's super frustrating to even get a gauge on how this team moving forward really how to read them. And then you have this game against New England where it's the worst team in the league. Then, a few minutes into the game, they get a red card, and now they're playing with a man down. So as nice as a win is, and a win is a win, and I'll take it, it's still kind of hard to gauge this team when they're playing against the worst team in the league, and they're playing with a man down. But, like I said, a win's a win. I'll take the 3 points on the road, trying to look at positive things.
Well, right, like you and I talked about on Thursday, this was a get right game for this team. They had to get it right again, playing against the worst team in the league, a team that's 2-9-1 now on the record. Obviously, New England was a playoff team last year. Now they're absolutely at the bottom of the barrel. And for the Philadelphia Union, just going there, taking care of business. You saw it, like you were just mentioning. The New England came out with a little bit more physical soccer in the beginning of portion of the game. Jim Curtin made his adjustments. They played very, very well. You saw the header goal from Julian Carranza that kind of got things going. It was the spark to the offense, and then you had not one but two rebounding goals from Gazdag. So, and I got to give credit though to the Sons of Ben who made the trip all the way up there to New England, and you could hear them through the TV streaming. So
with Philly sports trips, might I add?
Well, with Philly sports trips. So I got to ask you, Steve, with the get right game, does this build confidence heading down to Charlotte next Saturday?
With the way this team was playing the last 5 games and having this 4-game losing streak on the at home, you have to pull positives from this game. Moving forward, you can't look at anything negative because all you have to do is look at the results for the last 5 games minus last night's game. So you have to take this win for what it's worth. Another positive from last night, Carranza and Gazdag became the all-time same-game goal-scoring duo in MLS history.
Wow.
With 16 games in which they both have scored, and that ranks 5th all time. So you have to be able to take little wins like that moving forward, because moving forward, you got teams that are ranked ahead of them. Charlotte ranked fifth, Toronto ranked sixth, and they're playing good. Charlotte is who the Union were 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're that team, at home, and that's where we're going. We're going there. So it's going to be one of those games where, again, yes, it's nice to have an undefeated road streak, to start the season, but now it's really going to be tested against better opponents. And then we get back at home is where you're going to be a little nervous now, and they got to be able to have some sort of momentum. This is that get right game, and moving forward, 3-0 clean sheet for Zemla. I think we were talking about it last night. It's his first one where it's him full game from start to finish, clean sheet. The defense played, overall a great game. It's unfortunate Martinez got hurt, but I'd rather him get healthy. Put him in the Blake category. Get healthy. You have serviceable backup in reserves, so use them. Use the youth. Let them play. At this point, you've got to start trying something new, and this was the perfect game to be able to take some momentum moving forward.
Steve, I got a question for you. It's Mike.
What's up, Mike?
How's the atmosphere been down at Subaru Park? Because I've heard it's been a little different than from years past.
It's unheard of, for 4 home games in a row to lose. It's never happened. After the second home loss, it was like, whoa, when was the last time this happened? I think it was like 2021. And then the third one, it was 2012. And then the fourth one, it's never happened. And each loss, the murmurs, the boos, the constant, that Philly attitude. When you don't win, that's what's expected in this city. And the last 5 seasons, the Union have literally felt and just reached out and been fingertips away from cups, from trophies, from winning it all. To now have this, it is, you needed a raccoon in a 14-year-old phenom signing to help continue give life to the fans. In the midst of this losing streak at home, Kevin got to go hit the drum, and that's like a big honor to be able to do to start to kick off the game. And you needed those things to happen to continue to get the fans coming out to the game. And you need this win on the road. You need another win on the road, because a Wednesday game is your next home game. You're just, because it's a midweek game, you're instantly not going to have that many fans coming out. But then that Saturday, June 1st, you got to have some momentum moving forward to have those boo birds and the fans still be excited to come out, because it is the atmosphere walking out. You got people leaving early now where you never saw that at a Union game. And it's a different atmosphere. People, season ticket holders, are like, I don't even know if I want to re-up. I'm not going to go to the Leagues Cup games. And it's like, oh man, like, you got to start winning.
I'm actually thinking about going down there for a game sometime this summer. Just to experience it. Yeah, I want to experience. I've never been to Subaru Park for a soccer game. So
you want to hang out with me?
No.
Okay.
We need your energy. We need more people. We need more, faces out there that are going to bring, positive energy, because right now the energy is low. But I think wins like last night, hopefully, next week, it takes that momentum into more wins, so that Subaru Park is back to that fortress and running that place, running the league like they were the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Steve, when you look at this team, though, and you mentioned about the positive about it, but the big negative is, and I keep on going about this circle, is the defense. The defense has just been a flawed. And yesterday, I mean, luckily New England stinks. New England's a horrible, horrible soccer team. But however, they, the defense was leaving open areas where it was just open season for New England to take full advantage and try to, luckily Oliver Semler was on his A game. He was in a zone where nothing was getting by him. But, again, there's just too much flaws on this on the defense. What can be fixed here? What's going to be the message for to fix that?
So the midfield has always been my talking point for what needs to get fixed. I still think that Elliott, Glesnes, and Damian Lowe are amazing, serviceable defenders right there. It's just the consistency of having a solid rotation of who's going to start. Sometimes Elliott is in, sometimes Lowe is in, and even the guys after the game, they've talked about the cohesion and the chemistry of the mixed lineups. And you have injuries, so sometimes you can't help it. But Curtin has really mixed matched his lineups this season. That midfield of having Bedoya, the oldest guy on the team. I know he's the captain, and I know this is his final last hurrah, but there's no need for him to be starting and playing 90-minute games.
No.
Leon Flock, why is he starting? I think last night was his probably best
fuck?
game. But when you're playing with a man down, was he really even guarding anybody? So that's maybe why he stood out, or I didn't even pay attention to if he did mess up. He's been so flat-footed. They haven't given Jesus Bueno any time lately. And it's just frustrating me that, these guys are serviceable players that if the midfield is hurting, and that's where, guys like Martinez, how many times has he had unforced errors that has resulted into goals where now the Union are playing from behind early in matches. And, Bueno he's young. He's ready for these minutes. He's got called up to the Venezuelan national team for the Copa America this year. Same as Martinez. But if his national team can see this, why can't the Union and Curtin and put him in? Leon Flock was coming off of an injury from last season. Why is he instantly getting put back into the starting lineup? Why don't we ease him in and see what the youth and some of what these guys can do? I really hope that when Gazdag goes and plays with the national team in Hungary, Rafa gets some of those minutes in his place. He played great against Portland. So just seeing the youth and consistency in that starting defensive backline is what I want to see moving forward, because the guys have talked about it too. The cohesion of the mixed match lineups, just have it locked in. Like in the NBA, there's a sixth man coming off the bench. Just have your first guy coming off the bench and your next guy, being your defender coming in. Every other team does it. Or maybe we need to go out and sign someone here in the summer. But that's for a whole nother topic.
Yeah. Jim's not
spending money.
Yeah. Spending money is not this team's forte. But listen, one more question before I let you go, Steve. Listen, this team is going to see again, just with this Phillies team. Again, they played nobody really last night. But anyway, listen, you got Charlotte, Toronto, Montreal. I would say about 5 out of 6 next games are going to be against some really tough matchups. Like I said, Charlotte, Toronto. Inter Miami will be coming in here soon with Messier. Cincinnati's going to be another tough go around. Charlotte will be coming back in here again for a second go around. So 5 out of 6 games. Where do you see this team standing at the end of this, by the end of June?
I think if they can get healthy, Andre Blake can get back in goal. You mentioned Zemla. He's played great, but he's definitely had some moments where he's shown he's definitely a backup. Definitely a good backup, but I'd much rather have Blake in goal. If we can get Blake back in goal and these guys can stay healthy, and the connection of Carranza, Gazdag, and Uwa played great. He played great really last 3 games. He's really stepped up. This team no reason why this team can't be, if you're going to have a win against Toronto, a win against Charlotte, 2 teams who are above you, there's no reason why this team can't be ranked 4th, 5th after, probably the Miami game. I would say is the mini championship of this little stretch. And, if you can get even a draw at home versus the juggernaut of Miami, there's no reason why they can't be sitting 4th, 5th in the standings, at about the halfway point of the season. They just got to get it together defensively. The offense is clicking.
Yes.
So the defense gets it together, string some wins against good teams, get the fan base back in there, get Mike out there. I think I get Al out there too, right?
I'm busy
these
that
are going
day.
to be the difference. These are going to be the things that get it turned around. So I'm looking at 4th or 5th place
Well, there
here
you
after the Miami game.
Well, listen, if that can happen, I will be excited. So, in more ways than one. But listen, Steve, I want to say thank you for hopping on with us for a little bit, guys. Steve Venetez, give him a follow on Twitter right there. Soldier Steve 24/7. Guys, give him a follow. The newest member, the newest beat reporter for Edge of Philly Sports, covers all Union soccer all the time here. So, guys, give him a follow.
Steve, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you, guys, for hopping on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, buddy. Well, Mike, there's one more last portion of the show. You and I talked about it last night. We don't know what team was going to fall where, but now we got the.
Hold on, Pat. Can I just say I have one thing to say?
What?
Today is the 50th anniversary of the Flyers' first Stanley Cup.
Really?
So, yes, today is the day, first day. 50th anniversary.
Right.
So 50 years ago today, Flyers hoisted that cup for the very first time. So again, congrats to all those gentlemen that are still living.
Speaking of Flyers,
yes,
I know
something just broke. We weren't going to talk about it,
and it's not really it's not really breaking as much as it is rumoring.
Yes,
rumored. So apparently the SKA head coach, which is the coach to Mitchkov's team, said there will be some news about Mitchkov soon. Some legal details remain to be resolved.
Yeah,
so that could be some news for you us Flyers fans out there. So
maybe Mitchkov coming a little early in 4 years.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, oh man, just mouse. But hey, that might be a good time. But anyway, Mike, we've got the official schedule right in front of us. I went over last night. I see this team at 9-8.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. This schedule right here, you see them 9-8.
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right, hold on.
Hold on real quick. And I remind you that this schedule is brought to you by PhillySportsTrips.com. Because if you see this schedule, all those away games, PhillySportsTrips.com's got you covered. Plenty of Phillies games coming up still. All the Eagles away games, you name it, they got it. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com right now. Sign up for all the away games. Check it out now. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com.
All right, guys. So again, we are heavily looking at this Eagle schedule. Yeah, Mike, I have this team at 9-8.
Are you guys going through it, or are you just saying?
No, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down.
I want to hear your losses because I don't see.
Yeah, actually, I just want to hear Pat's losses. Go ahead, Pat.
All right. Well, here I'm gonna go game for game. I got Green Bay at W,
which I think could be a loss, but keep going.
Yeah.
Falcons and L. Monday night.
Kirk Cousins.
On Monday night.
Yeah.
Monday night here.
Yeah. Yes.
There'll be the third primetime game for the second game of the week or second game of the season for the third season in a row, and he's been owned.
This is a different team. Okay. Trap.
Okay. New Orleans
Saints loss. You're gonna lose to.
You're going 1-2.
1-2 out the shoot. This is good. All right, Tampa.
Tampa's revenge. That's going to be a W.
All right, 2-2 at the bye.
You're going to win on the. I mean, you can't win on the bye.
No, can't lose either.
No, Cleveland. That's a dub.
Okay.
At the Giants, a dub.
Okay, so that's 4-2. Going to Cincy.
L.
All right, 4-3. Home against Sunday Night Football against Dougie P.
L. That's an L. That's
okay.
That's going to be.
All right, so 4-4 heading to Dallas.
L.
Okay,
that's
4-5. Okay. Home for Thursday night game against the.
That's going to be a shootout, but Birds will win.
All right, so you got them at 5-5.
Birds winning in L.A.
All right, 6-5.
This is going to be the upset of the week. Birds win this one.
Really Birds. They're both Birds, first of all.
Yeah, they're both Birds. So,
well, I mean, the bigger bird Eagles will win. Yes.
All right, so you got the Eagles. So you got them being 7-5, coming home now, play Carolina.
This is going to be another trap. Carolina wins. Carolina will win this one.
All right, 7-6. They got Pittsburgh at home.
Pittsburgh at home. Oh, what do I got written down here? W.
I'm just saying if they're 4-5 after Dallas, there'll be some serious chatter about Syria honeybees.
All right, last 3 games at Washington.
All division. LLW.
So you got them losing to Washington.
They're going to
get swept by the Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay. And then They beat the Giants.
Yes.
Okay.
Why the Cowboys?
Because the Cowboys, I mean, this team has left a bad taste in my mouth, and I felt like the Cowboys were the better team against the team.
So you're going based off you being a giant negative Nancy.
Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. No, but listen, I get why you would feel
How
that
do-
way.
I mean-
I'm not sitting there saying they're going to go 15-2. I'm not sitting there saying
I
that
just don't know.
either,
I don't get the both of you guys. How do you guys feel so confident about this team from what they were the last 5 games of their season?
Well, number one, I feel more confident against Dallas, who has done nothing to make any.
But they still got a better quarterback though from last year. They were quarterback play. They were better. Dak was better than.
Oh yeah, how'd that work for them in the playoffs? Did he do really good?
Dude, they exited the same weekend.
They have him on a lame duck contract this year. What makes not even Dallas is sold on Dak Prescott yet? Pat Bernard is.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go down the list. I'll give you my games. I think the Eagles start off 2-0. I think they beat Green Bay in a close game down there.
That to me right now, that game's a coin flip.
It is a coin flip because
Philly's looking for a resurgence. Green Bay is looking to continue where they left off from.
yeah,
It's in Brazil. See how the young guys hang out. To me, that's one of the hardest games to pick.
right. So I got the Birds winning that one in a close one. Again, week 2, Kirk Cousins, Monday Night Football.
In Philly again.
Yeah, in Philly. When the sun goes down, he turns into a pumpkin. It doesn't matter what team he's on, and the Atlanta's defense can't stop they can't stop a nosebleed, let alone a defense. I do agree with you with the Saints game. Eagles do not play well down in New Orleans. They, for some odd reason, they don't. I do think they get their first L there.
All right.
So they'll go in 2-1. I agree with you also with the revenge game against Tampa. I think they go in, they show Tampa who is the better team, and for Devin White, that's a revenge game for him. That defense, he's going to have that defense fired up because he's going to show them that they let him walk. That's going to be a highly revenge game for them. And I think for some of the Eagles that were on the field too. Remember, they got their butts whooped in that game. So I think the Eagles win that game. Their bye week, I have them sitting right now at 3-1 in their bye week. They come back. I think they win a very close, hard-fought battle against those Cleveland Browns. But I think they win. If this game would have been in Cleveland, I would have taken the Browns. That's, Cleveland's got a good team. They got a good defense, and Nick Chubb's coming back off an injury this year. He can run the ball. So I got them right there, 4-1. Giants, that's a Saquon revenge game. I think they win that one. This game right here on the 27th of October is a big if for me. And the reason why I'm saying it's a big if is we don't know if Joe Burrow is going to be playing in that game. If Joe Burrow is playing in that game, I'll give the Eagles a loss there. I will, because it's in Cincinnati, unless it's the ungodful tie, because we always see them to tie the Bengals for some odd reason. But
I just got some breaking news on my phone.
okay, you want to share?
Yes,
What did the
sir.
doctor tell you?
Yeah. I'm being alerted. A former Eagle wants to hop on PM and AM. I got a former Eagle wants to hop on the PM and AM.
Cool.
I got one
right now.
Not
I
now.
was gonna
Not
say,
not
like,
not
you're
right
trying to
now.
come
Coming in the future.
No, in the near future, wants to hop on PM and AM.
Former players play back in the Buddy Ryan days?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right. So let me finish up
Yes, sir.
real quick on this schedule. All right, I got them 4-2. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they would be when. So yeah, it'd be 6-2.
Brain frying over there?
Yeah. I ain't got no
Bernard
fingers. Yeah.
You gotta take his shoes off.
I had to take my shoes off. Relax. My coffee's not finished yet. Then they got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sorry. I love Dougie P. Love what he did in 2017. But that team's not coming here and beating the Eagles on a Sunday night. That place is going to be a madhouse. Every year I always say the Eagles and Cowboys split. I don't feel that way this year. I believe the Eagles are the better team than the Cowboys this year. A lot of revenge factors going into that. Kellen Moore gets to coach against that defense 2 times now. I will say this. I feel like that Cowboys defense is going to be a little better than it was a year ago. I like Mike Zimmer as a defensive coordinator. I think Mike Zimmer will restore them. It's their offense, dude. Dallas cannot run the ball. They have no running backs. They are doing a running back by committee.
Wow.
There, okay? And since when do you remember Dallas not having somebody be the bell cow in their backfield.
Right.
They it got so bad they brought back Elliott, and we all know Elliott's best days are behind him. He's not going to, and their offensive line took a major hit. Okay, they lost their starting center, they lost their starting right guard or right tackle. That's going to be hard for the Cowboys to replace. So I like the Eagles. I think the game in Dallas will be close. The Eagles Cowboys are always close. It's always within 7 points. I think they win that game. Their next loss, I believe, will be. I'm gonna tell you right now. I believe their next loss will be Baltimore. I think they lose that game in Baltimore. I think they beat Washington. Okay, but I think Baltimore's going to be their last loss on that schedule until week 18 when they decide to sit people against the Giants, and the Giants will get the win.
And get their pride win.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
right.
I mean, if I'm looking at it there, I got them at 13-4 or 12-5, 12-5, 13-4 around there, and I think that's going to be good enough to probably finish second.
It's going to be tough for me to believe in this O-line again. The defense, all that stuff. But like I said, we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Al, what do you got? What do you got them finishing?
Right now, I'm at 12-5.
I got them 12-5, 13-4.
Yeah, I mean, I have 13-4, but I always look for that letdown loss, so I went
and,
for 12-5.
I do the same thing. I always look for a game that I know they're going to that they should win.
Which is that letdown loss for you guys?
My letdown loss, I'm going to be honest with you. I believe my letdown loss is probably going to be early on. I'm looking probably. I want to say the New Orleans game. I think that'll be the letdown loss because they're big enough to beat them. They're good enough to beat New Orleans, but just for some odd reason, man.
No, I mean like I said, I think it's going to be that Monday night against the Falcons. I mean, look on paper we should.
They are not losing that game. They are not. We'll bet a lunch on that, man. If you want to bet a lunch on that, we can bet a lunch.
Oh, we're gonna put some meat on it.
Yeah, we're gonna put some meat down on it. I'll get you a belly buster hoagie, dude.
I'll bring the buns.
Oh well, whatever. You always got to bring something to slap meat into, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah. So I mean, like I say, it's going to be a wild time. But listen, we're getting ready to wrap up the program. Yeah, like I said, we will be having in the near future. It looks like it's going to be almost a done deal. A former Eagle joining the show soon, so that's going to be looking towards. And if you guys want to know, it's a former Eagle, Mike Reckenbach, looking to hop onto the show.
Right, Mike Reckenbach, I remember him.
Yeah, so he's looking to hop on. Talk some. He loves talking Eagle stories with us, and he's going to help us break down the schedule because I sound like an idiot. Mike sounds like the smartest guy in the room. So we need someone to.
Well, we have Al here. Al's always been. He's
on a little. Yeah.
After that comment, I kind of checked out. The last 30 seconds, I just checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a way to make your producer feel good. Thanks.
No. So anyway,
I'll be calling David R. Cherry. That's
Yeah.
right. CherryInjuryLaw.com. I'm going to call him directly at 610-565-0300. Go to CherryInjuryLaw.com. Workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law, and things not nicely said to your producer. David R. Cherry is the guy you call. Or go to CherryInjuryLaw.com or simply call him at 610-565-0300.
So, I mean, we only got one thing left, right?
2.
Okay, 2.
The one thing is, guys, what fans, if you're out there for the Phillies, what are you guys going to have today? It's a 1:00.
It's a 1:00 game. I'm saying go Pacers. I would love to see until the next stream piece. Thank you, Charlie, for joining us. The Sixers took a lot of starch out of the Knicks. Oh,
yeah,
man.
but the New York Rangers are on their way to the top.
Oh, please! I already told you who's winning the Stanley Cup. You fail to acknowledge my greatness, and
I'm starting to wonder.
Know.
I'm starting to wonder.
The Rangers.
Is somebody a phantom New York fan and just doesn't want to admit it?
No, he wears all the colors all the time.
I'm just like Peter Laviolette. We know his first round. His first time on a new team. They buy into his message. That New York Ranger team, that's for real up there.
Yeah, it's going to be really real until they get to the Cup final and they get smacked around by the Dallas Stars. I'm telling you, the Dallas Stars are the best team in hockey. Period.
It's going to be real fun to see them and the Panthers go at it. It's going to be.
It's going to be. I think that's going to go 7.
Yeah, that is definitely.
That's going to go 7, but Dallas Stars winning it all. All right, look, I told you 2 weeks ago.
Here we go. We got 2 bets going on.
Yes.
We need to keep track of these.
Yes.
Bet number 1, of course, would be the hockey one that we just talked about. So that's going on. And then bet number 2 is that week 2 Falcons.
Bet number 1 is just, what do you want to bet on that? You want to do a cheesesteak?
Oh yeah.
All right, there we go. We got a cheesesteak.
Christ. He said cheesesteak, not $1 billion. My God.
He's already drawing. Speaking of food,
today.
Pasta, right?
No.
Yeah.
Totally
Skip
not.
the beginning. Pasta.
No, totally different. Raviolis all day, every day. I'm gonna go. It's
quit.
been a while.
I quit.
What kind of Italian are you?
What's that?
What side? Where did your what part of Italy did your family come from?
My mom would be Sicily. That's going to be
The part with the higher altitude, I think.
Yeah.
The brain functioning I'm starting to question.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour.
I mean, dude, I'm of Italian descent as well. I said, are you having pasta? No, I'm having ravioli. It's a pasta, Pat. Ravioli is a pasta. It's meat and cheese inside of a pasta.
Well, you know.
Oh,
You say potato, I say potato.
Same difference.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we're going to do burgers and dogs today. My wife was talking about doing some potato salad. You know, kind of ushering in the summer.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Get Pat a kids meal at McDonald's for the bet. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. That would be like
that's an insult.
Yeah, that's like throwing a piece of steak this big at a tiger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, we're gonna do. So Pat's got he's got the Rangers winning the cup. I got the Dallas Stars. So we'll fix on that. Big game 7 today. Knicks Pacers. What do you like?
His favorite team, New York.
I gotta go with Villanova 2.0. All
right, so you're going with Nova North.
Nova North.
It's a hard call. I want Nova North to lose because I'm so mad at Nova still right now.
Yes.
I haven't let that go. Villanova, your tweet still burns deep within my soul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just picking the Pacers just because I don't like the Knicks.
I think the Pacers are going to win. I think they got the momentum in this series. So I'm going to take the Pacers.
All right.
I think Spike Lee leaves the Garden unhappy today.
I hope so. So
yeah, right. He's got Spike Lee. Guys, coming up soon on PM in the AM. Spike Lee to talk all about New York sports.
Yeah, right.
What do you think? I'm the bad dog over here? But yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens. But guys, we're ready to wrap up the show. And like I said, next week I don't think I'll be in the house because I'll be down at the link all weekend.
Yeah, it'll be me now.
Yeah, I'll be.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll be down at the link.
You can call and check in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll put you on.
Yeah.
If I answer the phone.
If he answers the phone. I mean, you know, you already done PO'd our producer for today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a good time down there. I'm going to be repping just Phillies sports.
Covering the college lacrosse, right?
Yeah, NCAA.
So, guys, if you want to do something next weekend, if you like lacrosse, definitely get down to the link. And who knows, you may run into this guy. You'll probably have a plate full of food, but you probably run into Pat.
Yeah, I'm definitely not leaving the box.
He'll be the guy with the spaghetti on his plate looking for the pasta.
Exactly. For Pat Bedard and the guy who's producing our show, Al Safiri,
that guy.
Yeah, that guy. I'm Mike Laro. You guys have a good week. We'll see you later.
Bye.